Jess wipes a tear as she tends to her autistic son, Tommy. He spills paint, but she doesn't scold him. Something about her seems disconnected. The camera lingers on her, lost in thought. Then, a doorbell. She opens it, but no one is there. A gust of wind enters, bringing an unshakable feeling of dread. Jess arrives at the harbor, visibly stressed. Her friend Greg has invited her for a relaxing boat trip aboard his yacht, Triangle. They're joined by Downey and Sally, a couple, Victor, a young friend of Greg, and Heather, a woman Greg recently met. Jess says Tommy is at school, but something feels off about her story. As the group sails into open waters, dark clouds gather. A massive electrical storm hits, violent and fast. The yacht capsizes. Heather vanishes. The survivors cling to the wreckage until an enormous cruise liner, the Aeolus, silently appears on the horizon. They board the cruise ship, which seems deserted. No passengers, no crew.
Hello?
But everything is clean, orderly, and waiting. Jess begins to feel déjà vu. She notices small things, a dropped key, a flicker in her memory. It's like she's walked these halls before. Jess finds a note that says, "Go to the theater," in her own handwriting. She discovers a locket identical to hers. Meanwhile, the group begins to split up. Victor has a strange outburst, then is found bloodied. Greg and the others vanish or are attacked. There's talk of someone else on board, a masked shooter. A masked figure opens fire on the group. One by one, Jess sees them die. She runs through the halls, disoriented. The figure is agile, familiar. When she finally wounds them, she pulls off the mask, only to see a version of herself staring back. Jess discovers a pile of her own locket necklaces. In another room, a mountain of her own bloody notes. She begins to piece it together. This isn't the first time she's boarded this ship. She's trapped in a time loop, one where her actions repeat endlessly, and she's both the victim and the villain. Jess tries to change things. She ambushes her other self, tries to rewrite events, but every attempt resets the loop. The ship's pattern holds strong. When she thinks she's made a breakthrough, she watches, in horror, as a fresh version of her group sails up to the wrecked yacht, calling for help again. Jess realizes the loop resets every time the others die. She becomes more determined to take control. She stalks her past self, trying to force the right actions. But the harder she pushes, the more chaotic the loop becomes. She's not ending anything, she's feeding it.